Hi guys, as I said in a previous video, Donald Trump doesn't care about the Israelis, he doesn't care about the Palestinians. He only cares about being the center of attention for about 5 minutes in order to get that photo opportunity. So, because there isn't a comprehensive plan for peace, and because Donald Trump has basically legged it, it's going to create some problems, as you're going to see here.
Just very quickly, I mean, a lot of these questions around, well, what happens when Donald Trump isn't there pushing people into doing things? I mean, I think his presence helped get Netanyahu to Egypt, for example. So when he's back home, are there questions being raised about how much momentum can continue regarding the peace process and the phases of his plan?
Yeah, it certainly does have, or seem to have, a good deal of momentum at the moment. But this is one man's deal. The way to see what we saw yesterday, it was something of a victory lap for Donald Trump, treated as the man of the moment, the hero of the hour here in Israel, greeted warmly and jovially by world leaders in Sharm el-Sheikh in Egypt. But he does have a notoriously short attention span, especially when things aren't going his way. And whilst getting the ceasefire and the hostages back was difficult, I mean, compared to actually a more comprehensive peace plan, it's extraordinarily easy. And the Trump peace plan in itself is pretty vague. It's lacking in details. That's perhaps one of the good things about it, because it gives flexibility to negotiators. But it's also one of the drawbacks as well. Nothing's really kind of nailed down. Now, in terms of things like the disarmaments of Hamas, that's already proving to be a pretty difficult area, pretty contentious area. Hamas says it's not going to give over its weapons to Israel. It will give them over to a Palestinian faction. But when that would happen, if it will happen, nobody knows. What's going to happen in terms of the governance of Gaza? Again, we don't really know at this stage. It's all very, very vague indeed. And in terms of the underlying drivers of these conflicts, none of those things have been resolved, and none of them have yet been addressed. The issue of Palestinian statehood, for instance, is still very much an aspiration and a distant prospect.
So Donald Trump jumps into this, gets his photo opportunity, and then leaves. See, this is not like Tony Blair when it came to the Northern Ireland peace process. Tony Blair was there, he was pushing people, and he wanted to see it through. The same with Bill Clinton when it came to the Oslo Accords about 30 years ago between the Israelis and the Palestinians. There was a real effort, there was a real interest in achieving something. Donald Trump is not interested in achieving things. He's only interested in holding up a sign saying, I won, or holding up a signature saying, look at what I've achieved. That's all he's interested in, which does not bode well, because you'd need somebody like Trump, the president of the United States, pushing people to support this. Once again, Trump does not care about peace. He only cares about himself being the center of attention. So there is a real risk that this thing unravels. As was pointed out, Hamas have said that they're not going to give up their weapons. Hamas need their weapons at the moment to maintain peace in Gaza, because there is chaos. And until peace has been, or some sort of security has been put in place, then they can move to a situation where they're giving up their weapons. But they said that they're not going to give them to Israel, they're going to give them to some new authority. But we don't even know what that authority looks like. Tony Blair was supposed to head it, and Donald Trump came out and said, well, maybe we won't go with Tony Blair. So there doesn't seem to be really a lot in place in order to achieve anything. It seems to be really a case of Donald Trump says, you guys fix it, you guys sort it out, I'm not going to get involved. But you can't have it like that, because you need a strong figure who will bring people together and force settlements in some situations. Let's hope that the people on the ground will be able to do the heavy lifting that Donald Trump obviously doesn't want to. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think, and I'll see you in the next video.